has to do with the psychology of enrollment. And the psychology of enrollment is really the process in which you are learning about what's going on with other people and yourself at the same time. So the enrollment process is about you communicating something to someone else, and they buy into your communication, they buy into your recommendation, your idea, and they decide to take action. Whether it's going to a movie, they go to a restaurant, maybe they visit a website, they decide to buy your product, they join your business. The bottom line is they're enrolling themselves. They're buying into giving something a try. What's the process people go through to make that happen? To be successful at direct selling, you have to get better and better at that skill of what's called the psychology of enrollment. Now there's two phases, your process of the phase and theirs. Your process is, while you're in dialogue with people, you have to be comfortable with they're going to be uncomfortable sometimes. And you need to be comfortable with you're going to be uncomfortable sometimes. It isn't about comfort. You get rewarded for things that are complicated. You get rewarded for things that are difficult. See, the process in which we pay you has to do with your willingness to be uncomfortable. And if you'll just adopt the challenging, if the minutia, the process, then success can be yours. So here's an example. I'm having a dialogue with somebody on the telephone, and I'm excited about what's going on. The other person is saying, that person's a little too excited about what's going on. Why are they so excited? I've run into other people that are excited before, and they're selling me something. You're just excited. They're thinking you're selling. You're already in a deficit, right? So you start communicating something honestly to them, and they're saying, hey, this makes a lot of sense, but I think that person's selling me. And you're like, I really like this, and you're trying to communicate the concept. And they start asking you questions, and you answer questions, you go back and forth. They ask you some good questions, and you have the answers. So like, well, they're confident, seems like they know what they're doing. Then they ask you a question, and you don't know the answer. And you're like, I don't really know the answer. And even if you didn't say you didn't know the answer, they know you don't know the answer. So the energy shifts. And so they're like, well, this person really doesn't know the answer now. Are they going to BS me and give me a fake answer? Are they going to be honest, operate with integrity and say, I really don't know, but I'll find out, which would be the right way to handle it? Or what are they going to say to me? And you're in a position where this is really uncomfortable. Do I come up with some sort of goofy answer I might have heard before? And then, of course, you're communicating to them that you probably don't know the answer. Or are you going to come up with an answer that says, hey, I really don't know. Let me find out for you so we can both learn along the way. Again, operating from integrity. So the psychology of enrollment has this yin and yang that goes along with communicating back and forth, almost like arm wrestling when you're communicating with other people. So pay attention to the energy and the shift. And if you want to be successful at this process, don't be so concerned with your feelings on whether you're comfortable or you're happy or you're knowledgeable. Be more committed to the outcome, which is you're just willing to communicate the ideas and get it across to people. So the psychology of enrollment has two areas to consider, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that in the next segment in terms of how you're going to manage yourself and then how the other person is going to manage that conversation at the same time.